Hello everybody, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the treasure spawn that just came out. Alright, so let's get to it. Okay, so there is no new feature gear, so we can kind of skip to the whole spawn concept, spawn system, and how it's going to work out. First time half off, after that it's going to be 30 gems each spawn. It's going to have no rates for any of the new stuff, or any of the feature stuff within the metal exchange. But there will be double chance. Double chance only activates after first time half off and after each and every jackpot you obtain, and you will be getting 50 to 200 medals. If you don't get double chance, you're obviously only getting one chest. So this is also a pay to win spawn. What they kind of want you to do is they want you to work on getting like a certain amount of jackpots for the select weapon or defense guaranteed, or a certain amount of medals, so that way you could get what you're looking for. But it's gonna take a while. It's a lot of medals, so it's a continuous thing. You're guaranteed what you want, but it's quite expensive, so be warned beforehand. Doing a treasure or divine grace spawn, that's usually how they work out. So anyways, moving on from there, pretty much everything you see as a summoning scroll, they actually have a little more in the metal exchange than they do in the actual guaranteed list. They offer light, star, and looks like it. It's interesting considering they just came out with the time crystal of sacred altar. It's not the dark, it's the time. So I don't see the point in them coming. I mean, they do them all hands down. If you guys like these monsters more, that's better. But I would see it making more sense they coming out with dark instead of star. But all hands down, they do them. And then they pretty much came out with the bulwark stuff, or the banner stuff. I don't know why the relic is the only one missing with the healing testament. Well, other than that, everything else has banner and bulwark, so it's great against the either time, or it's great against dark element. Issue with it using using it against time is that the skill activation rate only boosts against dark enemies. It doesn't boost against time enemies. So you're getting those great buffs, but that activation rate is not getting boosted when you're actually fighting the time enemies. And these are 36 and 37s when they already technically came out with 38 cost armors, monsters, and 37 cost weapons. So they're going to be one cost behind unless you really want that elemental boost. I wouldn't even really recommend these, or you want these for the cosmetics also, because these look pretty cool, both male and female. Not the best armors of the game, but they still look pretty cool. So anyways, moving on from there, let's look at the metal exchange and see what they got cooking in here. Cause, oh yeah, beforehand, I know I said I was about to do it, but beforehand, I noticed that the metal count in this one is actually lower than the divine grace over here. Because if you pay attention to the other one, it's 900 to 600. So if you took off 100 off the 900 and added it to the 600, it would be 800 in one chest and 700 in the other chest. So it's actually going to be 100 lower for the chest overall than this spawn over here. Just something I just want to mention. But anyways, moving on from there, let's get back to this one. This one is a grand monster spawn, and I'm glad they have them all at 9k. I think personally Cashin should be at 8k, because it's really dumb how she can only have monster, like, it's really dumb how she can only awaken with monsters that are her, or you have to get awakening news that are 37 cost, which don't exist yet. So I mean, not even 37 cost, I meant 38 cost. 36 cost is the highest for awakening neo news right now. We don't even have 37 cost out, which is incredibly dumb. Extremely and incredibly dumb. Anyways, moving on from there, I honestly think she should be cheaper, but other than that, I don't really have any complaints about some of the prices on these scrolls, because I say they're pretty worth it for what they are. And then on top of it, they don't just have like the star and the light monsters you see in here. They brought like Ava back too, so like that's very good. She was one of those 120% attack, magic attack buffers. They brought like Cecilla back. Cecilla is a great resurrection monster. Chopin's amazing for Unison. They brought Pollux back. Everybody loves their Pollux casters. It's a star monster that casts Piercer, and then it's got like that field buff that helps for like certain strats for guild battles. so they brought that back. Titania is a hero monster. What else they got cooking in here? Aquarius is a resurrection monster. Try to find more. Keshin is pretty much the 38 cost body. Shifala is pretty much the 37 cost version of Scar, except it doesn't do any damage. That's the problem with it. Yumini is the ability power version of like Michaela or Ava. And then we got Venus with the elemental locks. So they even got like some of the wind stuff in here. They got like Keshin, Shifala, Yumini, Kiroy, Venus, Summer Break. And here's something interesting with Yumini. They didn't fix it, and I'm glad they didn't. But you don't have to have the same material for Yumini. So I just wanted to point that out. They kind of switched that around for all the other monsters, which is completely and incredibly retarded. Again, I have to say it one more time, but Yumini's the one that is not like messed with whatsoever. So that right there is very, very cool. I got my awakenings off of other monsters besides Yumini, and no awakening mutas, because obviously they don't exist for you with 37 cost out right now. But anyways, moving on from there. So yeah, that's pretty much the treasure spawn and everything surrounding it. I'd say it's primarily, I would say primarily for the monsters and the monsters alone. You're getting summoning scrolls through the jackpot, but be warned, just because you're getting summoning scrolls doesn't mean you're gonna get like 37 cost right off the bat, stuff like that. Usually the lowest rates for the spawn right now are the 33 cost, so you're generally gonna get those the most, where you're gonna get probably like the 34 cost, not 34, but like 37s or 36s or 38s, whichever one you're going for, is through the metal exchange. So you're gonna have to spend quite a lot before you get there, but definitely a nice spawn. They usually don't do this, so if you have the money, if you're interested, you could reap the opportunity right now. But if you don't, I'd probably stay away from this and stick to something more free to play if you are free to play. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.